So you're thinking about moving to San Diego, California. In this video, I'm gonna hop into my computer and show you around on a map everything you need to know about the neighborhood of Little Italy so you can get a good idea of what that area has to offer, what's close by, and how close it is to other areas of San Diego. And make sure to stick around to the end when I share a little tip that most people don't really know about. All right, let's get to it. If this is your first time on my channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living in San Diego, California, then subscribe below and tap on the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know when I put up a new video about San Diego, California. My name is Cece Summerfield, your San Diego real estate guide, and I get calls every day from people just like you. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 9 months, feel free to reach out. All of my contact information is in the description box for this video, and I would be happy to help you make a smooth move to San Diego, California. All right, so today I'm gonna take you on a map tour of Little Italy, and we're gonna check out everything that Little Italy has to offer as far as living, working, playing, all that stuff we're gonna check out on the map here, and so let's get into it. Little Italy is the northwest area of really downtown San Diego, and as you can see, as I'm drawing this border here, it takes up a small portion just off of the bay here, and it makes up about 48 blocks total, and it borders the 5 freeway, which historically there was more space in Little Italy. In the 70s is when the 5 freeway actually cut through the neighborhood. So you can see that State Street kind of runs up here. And so my imagination is, and I don't know if this is the true border, but I imagine that Little Italy actually continued up into this area, which is now considered Bankers Hill. So that is the total bordered edge of Little Italy. And as I said, there's 48 blocks that make up today's Little Italy. In that 48 blocks, you've got the main street, which is India Street, which is right here, runs through the main area of Little Italy. And along this block and off the center of the block, there are over 100 restaurants that operate in this tiny little area of San Diego, and all of them amazing restaurants, with the center of Little Italy being right here. There's an actual square right here. It's called the Piazza della Famiglia, and of course I'm butchering that word, so I apologize in advance for all of you who don't like my Italian accent. It's not great. But anyways, this is the square, and it's a 10,000 square foot square that was put in place back in 2018, and it's now become the center meeting point for all events in Little Italy. On this side of it, on the India Street side, which is where most people come through because of all the restaurants and stuff, you're gonna find that there's concerts at the end of the square pretty much, I wanna say, every other day. If it's not something that's already planned by the Little Italy Association, it's somebody doing a pop-up, singer, or small group of people that are doing a pop-up event, which is always really fun to go down there and check that out. There's also a guy that's down there, I think every single time I've been to Little Italy, there's a guy down there doing a tap dancing routine to different music, and it's pretty fun, and he seems to have a good time. If you head up to this end of the square, there's a large fountain up here. And I'm sorry, my map skills are not great. This is actually the building. This is actually the square. I always get this wrong. So anyways, don't mind me in this big space right here. This is actually a building right here. And speaking of this building, there's condos at the top. And then along the ground floor, there are restaurants and shops along the square. Square is actually right here. And I would think that this little circle right here is representing the fountain. That's right there. And as you can see, there's a map mark on this map for Little Italy Mercato Farmers Market. This happens every Wednesday and Saturday. And I believe on Wednesday it's from 10 to 2. Saturday it goes a little bit longer. I want to say it's 10 to 3 or somewhere around there. And the whole square is covered with tents, basically, for pop-up tents that have people selling anything from produce to handmade goods to handcrafted jewelry, pet treats I've seen down there. I mean, anything you can think of that is made by somebody is going to be down at this farmer's market. And quite honestly, it's known as one of the best in San Diego, so I'd highly recommend checking it out if you have a chance to get down there. Going back to the location of Little Italy, you can see that it is, I'm going to zoom back out here for you. You can see that it is very, very close to, it actually almost borders the San Diego International Airport over here. So you could take the trolley, which will take you a little bit outside of the airport, or if it were me, I would say just catch a cab or catch a ride with a friend and come along North Harbor Drive to get to the airport. It's a 5-minute jaunt, super easy to get to from Little Italy, and very convenient for people who either work out of town or like to fly, you know, and go on vacation a lot. All right, so it's close to the airport, and it's also, as I said, really part of downtown. It is its own neighborhood though, because there's different areas of downtown. So if you work or want to play downtown, I mean, you're right there on Ash Street. You could actually walk right downtown and go down to like Seaport Village, the Broadway Pier, which has a ferry that will take you over to Coronado, which is great. You have the Balboa Theater right here near what's going to be the new Horton Plaza, and we'll get into that in a minute because there's a lot of stuff going on down there. The Children's Museum, the Petco Park is right here if you're into going to baseball, or if you like to go to concerts, it's also a concert venue. And then another also fun venue is the Rady's Shell down at Embarcadero Marina Park, which is a concert venue as well. And the symphony plays down there. And then the other fun thing besides that is if you just jaunt right across the freeway, you're in Balboa Park, which has a golf course you can see up here. It's a full 18-hole golf course, but you can also play just 9, super fun. And then you're into a bunch of the stuff in Balboa Park, the Museum of Art, the Natural History Museum, the San Diego Zoo. It's all within 10 minutes of Little Italy right here. So a lot going on right there in Little Italy, and a lot of access to other areas of San Diego. And that's just counting really the downtown area of San Diego, let alone the rest of San Diego. As I mentioned, there is a trolley stop in Little Italy, which is great because that trolley now has access, and we can find it here on the map if I zoom in a little bit so I can show you. So you've got, I believe it's on Cedar that the trolley stop is, but it's somewhere you can actually walk from like basically the downtown square area down. I think it's one over, like I said, on Cedar is where the trolley stop is. Oh, there we are. It's County Center, Little Italy Station. Look at that. I was almost right. Anyways, it heads all the way north to the college up in La Jolla, UCSD. So you're going to be right in here. It also will take you to the UTC Mall, which is also right up in here. And I believe it goes all the way north. This is a new train track that just happened over the last, or trolley track that just happened over the last couple of years. They've been working on it for quite a while. And it's really exciting because it didn't used to go north that far. It used to come up to the Old Town trolley station, which is really just north of downtown. And then it would go east to Mission Valley and out into Santee. So this is a great addition to what was already there. To get the gist, you head up into this area up to UCSD, and that makes it an easy commute for anybody who is working up in that area. There's a lot of biotech up in the UTC area, which is the University Town Center area. It's really the east part of La Jolla. So if you work in biotech, then that's a nice way to get there without having to drive and be in traffic. Speaking of the trolley, I also wanted to mention that it goes out east. And as I said, it goes out east to Santee, which is quite a long way. If you're headed out there, you'd be going through Mission Valley. Again, Mission Valley also has 2 malls. You have Fashion Valley and the Mission Valley Mall. So those are places you can go for the bigger stores. Little Italy in itself has very localized stores, being that it's a small neighborhood area. But with the accessibility of everything around it, it's not really a bad thing. It's nice to have that localized stuff that you can walk to and then have the option to trolley or drive wherever else you want to go. And so let's talk a little bit more about what's in Little Italy. We talked a little bit about the farmers market. We talked a little bit about the restaurants that are in Little Italy. There's also a ton of art galleries, and I know they're not really showing up here. They also line the street of India Street and off on these side streets up here, and it's definitely a place. I mean, San Diego in general is a place that the arts are really supported and also promoted, but Little Italy has its own art walk event that happens once a year. And also it has the Festa, which is an Italian cultural event that celebrates, you know, food, music, and art, really. So you have the art galleries, you have some parks that are right around Little Italy. You have Amici Park up here. The fun thing about Amici Park is that it has a really nice sized dog park, a fenced in off-leash dog park that you can take your dogs to. And in there's a bocce ball court. And from what I hear, there's a club that actually plays every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 10 a.m. And I think they go to probably like 11 a.m. And they're always willing to teach newcomers how to play. So if you've ever wanted to learn how to play bocce ball, that's the place to do it. And there's a coffee cart right up there in the dog park. So if you want to just, you know, go have your coffee and take your dog for a walk, great combination there, along with a visitor center. So if you have people that are coming in, or if you want to find out more about Little Italy yourself, there's a visitor center that's right located there in Amici Park. If you're looking for a bigger, more expansive park, you have the Waterfront Park right down here. And this goes all along down to North Harbor Drive and is bordered also by Pacific Highway. This is a beautiful park, and it has these water features you can see on either side of the city building that, you know, your kids can play in. Actually, it's not just for looks, it's actually for use, which is really cool. So love these water features, especially when it's warm out and you want to take your kids to go play somewhere. They also have, I believe it's on, I want to say it's on this side of the building, they have a big play structure. So fun place to spend the day. You can picnic on the grass. You can see there's a lot of grassy area over here. Check out the water feature. And then if you want to take a walk, there's a great sidewalk all the way down North Harbor Drive that you can take a stroll, watch the sunset. We have some beautiful sunsets over the bay there. And also maybe stop in for a drink. There's a couple great places. Whoops, I'm still on the drawing mode. Give me a second. There's a couple great spots as you head down North Harbor Drive here towards the Broadway Pier. I'm surprised it's actually not a pinpoint on the map, but anyways, you can see the cruise ships come in. You can go down the way a little bit and check out the USS Midway Museum. Really cool floating museum that they've made out of one of the aircraft carriers, and not to be missed for sure. So lots of fun stuff that you can do right there in Little Italy, but also right outside of the boundaries of Little Italy, as I said, with Waterfront Park and just taking a walk downtown and checking out the rest of it. So I think really there's endless things you could do. I mean, it's a very busy area, very urban area, and lots of fun stuff. And also just the community events. You can also choose to get involved in the community. There's a lot of volunteering opportunities with Little Italy Association, which really promotes the arts and the culture and everything about Little Italy, and keeping the community very tight-knit and very, very on the up and up, I guess you could say. So let's get into talking about beyond Little Italy, accessibility-wise. We kind of talked about the freeways and where the trolley goes. But I didn't mention that the freeway access is super easy too. If you have a car, you're bordering the 5 freeway. The 5 goes up 163, which heads north and south. Obviously, the let out right there is in downtown San Diego, but it does go north, and it does connect with 8 for one, right there, right on the east side of Mission Valley. Or if you continue going up, it connects with another big freeway, the 15. And the 805. So it's crossing the 805 first, and then it goes to the 15. Both the 805 and 15 are big highways for getting other places in San Diego. As you can see, it crosses 805 right here. 805 heads northwest. Highway 15 heads northeast. If you go up into 805, as I said, University City or University Town Center area, this is where there's a huge amount of like biotech companies and also the university. If you're either going to the university or teaching the university, that would be probably the freeway you would take in some cases if you don't just take 5 straight up. The other big area of business is up here in Sereno Valley between the 15 and the 805. So this is a super big business area. It also has Mira Mesa, but for the most part, it is a big business district area and provides a lot of jobs for San Diegans. So it is a little bit of commute, but an easy one because you can hop right on the 5, get on 163 and head up that way. So easy access to all freeways really because of the fact that it is close to the 5 freeway right there. And if you're going south, of course, the trolley will take you all the way to the Mexican border there in Tijuana. And also the 5, of course, will too, down into Chula Vista and, of course, down to the border. Talking about jobs, like say you don't want to have to travel or commute all the way up there. There is a bunch of tech popping up in downtown San Diego. In fact, the Horton Plaza that is being currently remodeled from being a major mall to a more live/work area has a bunch of tech popping up around it. And I don't know the exact addresses of these companies, but there's companies like Procore Technologies, MyTech Systems, Classy, GoForms, Flowman Works, Jungo, Certify, Reflection Health. So those are all companies that are right here in downtown San Diego and providing a lot of jobs for the people in the tech industry. The second biggest industry down here in San Diego is the defense industry, and it's the U.S. Navy and the Marine Corps are some of the area's largest employers, and defense contractors like BAE Systems and Northrop Grumman have facilities down here in San Diego. And in fact, I want to say one of their facilities is somewhere, forgive me because I'm not very good at seeing, it's along Pacific Highway up here, and I think it's right before the airport, somewhere in here. You've got the Marine Corps Recruit Depot right here and MCRD College, and somewhere in this area is some of the defense contractors right there. So lots of opportunities for jobs, and Little Italy is right in the midst of everything. So I don't think you can go wrong with living there. And I guess the final thing would be is what is available for living there. You've got mostly condo living. I'm going to say really all condo living because I don't know of any of the single family older homes that are for sale at this point. So your options are going to be condos. And as the closer you are to the 5, the more affordable it's going to be. You'll find that there's a few complexes up this way that will start around the $550 price point, and you can get a 1-bedroom for that. And then as you head into more of the downtown area, you get more expensive. In fact, it's on Ash and Beach. So down here at the southern end of Little Italy, you have a few complexes down here that offer units in the $750 price point, and for that you're going to get around a 2-bedroom. It's probably going to be roughly 900 to 1,000 square feet. And then, of course, as you head in closer to the real heart of Little Italy, it's going to get more expensive, anywhere up to 1.2, 1.3 million. Or in my experience, there's some lofts down there that are currently for sale for right around that $1,150,000 range. So it definitely offers, great condo living down there. But if you're looking for a single family home, this is probably not going to be the neighborhood for you. You will notice when you go down there are smaller homes. They're older homes. Again, I haven't seen any for sale in quite a long time, so I wouldn't count on that being an option. And if they are for sale, they generally sell for in the multiple millions. So don't count on that as being an option. But if you're down for condo living, and just love the idea of having everything super close by, basically at your doorstep, then definitely Little Italy would be a good option for you. All right, so that tip I was talking about for my last part of my video is that not only do you have the trolley available, there's also a train. So there's the coaster that you can catch right at, I don't think you can catch it right at the Little Italy station, but you can take the trolley to the Old Town station, which is pretty much a center hub for the transportation. And that will take you all the way up to almost Orange County. The last stop, I believe, is somewhere up there at the border in Oceanside. So if you don't particularly care to have a car, or if you just want a way easier commute up to North County, the coaster is going to be the way to go. That's all I have for Little Italy today. I hope this was helpful. And of course, if you have questions or you're considering making a move to San Diego, feel free to reach out. Give me a call, send me a text, shoot me an email. All the information is in the description box for this video. And I hope to just have a conversation with you and talk through your situation to see if it's the right fit and a good time for you. Until next time, when I can take you on a tour of another great San Diego neighborhood.